The 2026 World Cup is here. 48 nations, billions of eyes. And one question that everybody wants answered right now: who are the players that are going to decide this whole thing? From the midfield engines nobody talks about to the most dangerous attackers on the planet. This is the list. Let's get into it. 25. Aurélien Tchouameni, midfielder, France, Real Madrid. France has one of the most devastating attacks in the history of international soccer. None of it functions without Tchouameni operating behind it. The Real Madrid midfielder dictates where the ball goes and stops it where it shouldn't. He'll likely be the most touched player at the tournament for France. And if Les Bleus lift the trophy, he'll be the unsung hero who made it possible. 24. Antoine Semenyo, forward, Ghana, Manchester City. Semenyo has been one of the most electrifying stories in English soccer this season. The London-born winger scored 10 goals in 20 appearances for Bournemouth before a January move to Manchester City. England would have loved him in their setup, but he made his Ghana debut in 2022 and has become the driving force behind everything the Black Stars want to achieve. He doesn't miss games, he just plays. 23. Luis Diaz, forward, Colombia, Bayern Munich. Already considered one of the best wingers in the world after 4 seasons at Liverpool, Diaz has reached a new level since moving to Bayern Munich. He is relentless, non-stop energy and pace, capable of destroying any defensive structure. While James Rodriguez carries the big name, Diaz is Colombia's real engine. His performance this summer will determine how far they go. 22. Florian Wirtz, midfielder, Germany, Liverpool. Wirtz announced himself to the world by leading Bayer Leverkusen to a stunning Bundesliga title, producing 34 goals across his final 2 seasons before a 9-figure move to Liverpool. At just 23, he is one of the most gifted playmakers at this tournament. Alongside Jamal Musiala, he forms the creative foundation that Germany will build their next decade upon. 21. Gabriel Magalhaes, defender, Brazil, Arsenal. Gabriel is the most complete center back at this tournament. Over 5 seasons and more than 220 appearances at Arsenal, he has become elite in both directions. Defensively commanding, aerially dominant, and one of the most dangerous set-piece threats in world soccer. Brazil's return to glory runs through their defensive structure. Gabriel is the man at its core. 20. Moises Caicedo, midfielder, Ecuador, Chelsea. Caicedo is a physical force in midfield. In just 3 seasons at Chelsea, he has made nearly 150 appearances and established himself as one of the most complete defensive midfielders in the game. He is not afraid of a tackle, not afraid of the big moment. Ecuador will need him functioning at his absolute best to cause problems for the tournament's biggest names. 19. Declan Rice, midfielder, England, Arsenal. Rice has evolved into one of the most complete box-to-box midfielders in the world. Over 5 seasons between West Ham and Arsenal, he has played more than 250 games without slowing down. He is England's engine, the first name on the team sheet. The player Tuchel's system is built around. He leads, he runs, he wins the ball back. England's World Cup hopes begin with Declan Rice. 18. Jude Bellingham, midfielder, England, Real Madrid. Bellingham won the Bundesliga Player of the Year in 2023, the Champions League in his debut season at Real Madrid, and La Liga Player of the Year in 2024. At 22, he has accomplished more than most, achieving a full career. His form has dipped this season, but the biggest stages bring out the best in Bellingham. England's World Cup may depend entirely on that. 17. João Neves, midfielder, Portugal, PSG. At just 21 years old, Neves already won the Champions League in his debut season at PSG. He doesn't look dominant physically, but he controls games as well as any player in the world. A defensive menace and technically immaculate in possession, he will partner Vitinha, Bruno Fernandes, and Bernardo Silva in what may be the deepest midfield at this entire tournament. 16. Lionel Messi, forward, Argentina, Inter Miami. Maybe the greatest player who has ever played the game. Messi turns 39 during this tournament and still produces at a level that defies all logic, averaging well over 1.5 goals and assists per game for Inter Miami. With 198 national team appearances and 116 goals for Argentina, the reigning champions go as far as Messi takes them. His presence on the field changes everything every opponent must plan for. 15. Rafinha forward, Brazil Barcelona. Rafinha will be equally critical to Brazil's success as Vinícius Júnior. After 2 seasons at Leeds, he moved to Barcelona in 2022, and in the 2024-25 season delivered 34 goals and 22 assists across 57 games. He has battled injury this season, but is returning to fitness at the right time. The left-footed winger playing on the right wing is one of the most dangerous players at this tournament. 14. Rodri midfielder Spain, Manchester City. When Rodri is healthy, he is arguably the most complete central midfielder in world soccer. He won the Ballon d'Or after leading Spain to Euro 2024 glory and winning the Premier League in the same year. A serious knee injury has slowed his return, but when he is on the pitch, Spain plays a completely different game. He doesn't just play midfield, he controls the tempo of an entire match. 13. Julian Alvarez forward, Argentina Atletico Madrid. Alvarez was the key reason Argentina won the 2022 World Cup. After 2 seasons at Manchester City, he moved to Atletico Madrid and has thrived as a first-choice center forward. Technically brilliant, relentlessly hardworking, the ideal partner for Messi. His title defense alongside the GOAT is one of this tournament's defining storylines. 12. Bruno Fernandes, midfielder Portugal Manchester United. Since arriving at Manchester United in 2020, Fernandes has been one of the most consistent creators in the world, making more than 300 appearances and leading the Premier League in assists this season. Portugal's attack runs through him. While Ronaldo gets the cultural headlines, Portugal's offensive output is built entirely on Fernandes. 11. Federico Valverde, midfielder Uruguay Real Madrid. Valverde has made at least 54 appearances in each of the past 4 seasons at Real Madrid. He does everything: defensive work, pressing, driving forward, contributing in attack. He is Uruguay's heartbeat, and the reason the 2-time world champions will not be anyone's easy opponent. 10. Pedri midfielder Spain Barcelona. Pedri went from Spain's 2nd division to 52 appearances for Barcelona in a single season as a teenager and never looked back. Now 23 years old with 40 caps for Spain, he is one of this tournament's most important players. A box-to-box midfielder with complete technical mastery who appears everywhere at once. He missed the final stages of Euro 2024 through injury. If he stays fit this summer, Spain becomes significantly harder to stop. 9. Vitinha midfielder Portugal Paris Saint-Germain. From a failed loan at Wolverhampton that went nowhere to the best ball-playing midfielder in the world, Vitinha returned to Porto after that spell, was sensational, moved to PSG, and became the heartbeat of their Champions League winning campaign. He sees passes nobody else sees and controls tempo from deep. Portugal's midfield is stacked, but Vitinha is the conductor of the entire orchestra. 8. Achraf Hakimi defender Morocco Paris Saint-Germain. Hakimi is the best attacking fullback in world soccer, and his ranking reflects how much more he contributes going forward than any other defender here. The pace, the crossing, the defensive quality, he has it all. He was the star of Morocco's historic 2022 run to the semifinals. Any success Morocco has this summer depends directly on how far and how often he gets forward. 7. Vinícius Júnior forward Brazil Real Madrid. Vini Jr. has made more than 370 appearances for Real Madrid, won the Champions League twice, and scored the winning goal in both finals. He is one of the most explosive and unpredictable attackers on the planet. His international record has not matched his club output, but this summer he has Carlo Ancelotti managing Brazil, the same coach who unlocked his best at Real Madrid. This could finally be the moment. 6. Erling Haaland, forward Norway, Manchester City. Haaland has scored more than 160 goals in his first 4 seasons with Manchester City, 3 golden boots, 55 goals in 49 appearances for Norway. At 6 feet 5 inches, with the pace of a winger and the finishing of a born striker, there is nobody at this tournament built quite like him. Norway will be a surprise package this summer. Haaland is the entire reason nobody can dismiss them. 5. Michael Olise forward France Bayern Munich. Olise was a talented playmaker at Crystal Palace. At Bayern Munich, he has become something else entirely. 41 goals and 46 assists in just 2 seasons with the German Giants. Technically brilliant with an elegant left foot and the ability to cut inside or drive past defenders on either flank. France's attack of Mbappe, Dembele, and Olise may be the most terrifying offensive combination at this World Cup. 4. Ousmane Dembélé, forward, France, Paris Saint-Germain. Dembélé won the Ballon d'Or in 2025 as the world's best player after leading PSG to a Champions League title. 6 injury-riddled seasons at Barcelona, followed by a complete transformation in Paris, have made him one of the most feared attackers on the planet. Alongside Mbappe and Olise this summer, France could produce an attacking trio capable of dismantling any defense at this tournament. 3. Harry Kane, forward, England, Bayern Munich. First time since 1966. Few players have ever wanted something more. 2. Kylian Mbappé, forward, France, Real Madrid. Mbappé has scored at least 39 goals in each of his last 6 seasons. His pace separates him from every other attacker in this tournament. No defender in the world can match him over 40 meters. He scored 4 goals in the 2018 World Cup at 19, powering France to the title. This summer, he captains France, plays alongside Dembélé and Olise, and carries the genuine weight of a nation expecting a second World Cup. 1. Lamine Yamal, forward, Spain, Barcelona. There has never been a player quite like Lamine Yamal at this stage of his career. He debuted for Barcelona at 15, made his first start at 16, powered Spain to the Euro 2024 title as a 17-year-old, becoming arguably the tournament's most important player. Now 18, he arrives at the World Cup with more than 150 appearances for Barcelona and 25 caps for Spain already to his name. He is not just a prospect, he is already one of the best players on the planet. The right wing is his domain. Defenders cannot contain him, cannot predict him, cannot live with his pace and creativity on either foot. A hamstring injury in late April means he faces a fitness race to be fully ready. If he arrives healthy, the conversation about who wins the 2026 World Cup begins and ends with whether you can stop Lamine Yamal. At 18 years old, the world belongs to him. Like and subscribe for full 2026 World Cup coverage all summer long. Drop a comment. Who do you think wins the tournament? Thanks for watching.